Hello, everyone, and welcome back in. It is the Carl Abseck Coaches Show live here from South First Street Bar and Grill. Having some fun tonight, Coach. What a win on Friday night.
Well, it was definitely more exciting than last week. So we saw y'all leaving early the week before, so we made y'all hang around.
Well, you know, we've been up 14-0 3 games in a row, and lo and behold, we're down 14-0. Now, what little different start for us Friday night?
Yeah, it wasn't exactly ideal, but at the same time, you know, we talked about it when we met and had our show and pregame show that they had some really talented guys on offense that were scary, and, you know, we were going to have to play well, and we made a couple of mistakes early and gave them a little bit of momentum, but I wasn't exactly fired up about how we started offensively.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, but defensively, the first two drives, they get touchdowns right at 130 total yards, and after that, they get one more touchdown, 146 total yards the next three quarters. Obviously, you did some kind of adjustments. What did we do different there in the last three quarters that we weren't doing in the first?
Well, we did our jobs. One, you know, we fit better. We had a couple of times where we had, you know, gaps left unfilled and let them squirt through. But, you know, the deal is it's about doing your job, doing your assignment. And when we do that, we're pretty good. And honestly, like I said, they're big up front. They leaned on us a little bit. The running back's 195 pounds, and he's got, you know, 20 offers for a reason. And, you know, you have to adjust to the speed of the game. I don't have anybody on my JV that runs like him. And so, you know, it takes a little bit of time to adjust to the speed. The angles are different. And, you know, our kids did a really good job. They didn't panic. They stuck together. That was the biggest deal is, when you have some adversity, how you're going to respond. And I thought they responded really well.
Yeah, it did really well. I know there was a couple plays in a row that Bogny really blew up and caused a punt. We called his name throughout the night as well. But it had to be a team effort. I mean, the kid got some runs. There's no question about it. Miller, I think he got close to 90 yards. But, boy, Harrelson gets that first touchdown catch. And for the rest of the night, he was pretty much silent.
No, he was. And we're really pretty good in the back end. And you know, we just made a mistake on the little double move and had bad eyes on it and gave up a big play. But those are fixable things. It's things you can learn from and understand that when you make mistakes like that, it can make you pay. But it goes back to what we talked about earlier in that, you know, the biggest thing defensively is just don't give up big chunks. If you make them keep snapping it, then chances are you're going to get some stops.
Yep, that big snap over his head was a good one, wasn't it?
That was real nice. Well timed.
No doubt about that. But on the whole in defense, I mean, you know, they're averaging right at 385, almost 400 yards a game. We give them, you know, well under 300. I mean, team effort, obviously, but who are a couple players that really shine Friday night on defense side?
Well, Bogany was one up front. I thought Hood played really well. I mean, he made a bunch of tackles. And so I would say those two really up front were big difference makers. Obviously, Jamarie played pretty well. And so I just went blank on the other.
Hood.
Number 10.
Carson.
Carson Jones, goodness. He made a lot of tackles too. He had the fumble recovery late in the game there to set the offense up. But Carson made some nice plays too as far as fitting and reading through and making some plays. So I was really pleased overall with them up front. Defensively in the back, we played real well.
Well, you know, it was a big Waters game on the offensive side. Obviously, caught one, ran a couple in. Good night there. But when he's able to run for those kind of yards, and I really want to mention another kid as well, JJ, I thought his running is what we've all been waiting to see. And, boy, did he bust out a good time. And he had, you know, if he starts running like that, it's going to be dangerous.
It definitely opens up some things in the offense. And it makes defenses a little bit more concerned with sending out all-out blitzes and things, or dropping out 8 and things of that nature. You know, you could tell by the way they played the game that they were going to make it hard for Zero to beat them. You know, it was like, hey, we're going to make the quarterback have to beat us. And he threw for, 74% completion rate and 200 yards and then ran for another 41 if you take out the sacks. And so that was probably his best game, which for us, you know, I'm looking at it, that's really his 4th game as a starter. And,
right.
and so he's getting more and more comfortable every week. And, you know, he showed a different piece of his skill set the other night.
It's dangerous, and he wasn't like looking to run. He was looking to pass, and he picked the right spots to run. And man, they were always big plays. You know, I think for the last 3 years, that's what we were hoping he would be the man for that. Unfortunately, injuries have derailed that. But, boy, he showed some glimpses on Friday night for sure.
There's no doubt. He played really well. And, you know, he had the one pick, which was you know, pressure right in his face right now. And we didn't get our eyes around. And it would have been a flag anyways had we thrown it incomplete. We had 2 guys in motion, a little confusion on that. But, you know, the bottom line is that we got a guy right off the edge, right in his face right now, and our little route didn't get his eyes around fast enough. He overthrew it, and that's what happens. But, you know, other than that, I would say he made pretty good decisions all night long.
Yeah, no question about that. And that was leading me in the offensive line. They've been held and steady all year long, obviously. But, man, obviously your big boy in there, Henson, is kind of the biggest one up there. But, man, they're really doing a good job. We're able to run for that much off a really good John Tyler team.
No, they're doing a good job. You know, it's we're doing a lot more, you know, schematically with them, moving them, pulling them, doing different things with them. But their pass protection is another thing that is a little bit more complicated probably than what they were doing before. And so it's just a lot of things that they have to think about. But they're doing a really good job of developing in that area. Real steady group, just works hard and shows up every day, goes to work. But been really pleased with them overall.
Well, you got the Waters catch, a couple other big plays. I know Bailey's not getting a lot of catches, but, boy, when he gets them, they're big ones. Another 4th down, a big play there for the senior on that first touchdown drive.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, we have confidence in our guys. We had, I think, 8 different guys or 9 different guys catch balls the other night. And so they're all going to get opportunities. The ones that are there working hard every day, we trust them. And we're going to throw them balls and give them opportunities to make plays. And Bailey's done a really good job. He's been as consistent as anybody we've had, and it shows on Fridays because he's playing really well. He blocks really well when he's not, when we're running the ball. He does a lot of the little things right, and so I've been super proud of him as well. But there was a lot of guys that, as they got opportunities, they all got in and did good things.
Yeah, we mentioned Waters getting the touchdown, but in the second drive to tie it up, Barraza has a great catch and run after the catch as well, picks up 34 yards. A great play there as he seems to be making at least one big play a night as well.
He will do that. We missed on that little concept that we threw. We missed on it to Devon twice, actually, before we completed that one. It was just kind of one of those deals where they were doing some different things defensively than that they had showed. It was a little different structure on the back end, and the front was playing a little different. And they switched a couple personnel things out that had been hurting them, and they much improved by making those decisions. But, we finally hit that one to Barb because it was there, and they were giving it to us. So we were going to keep taking it until we didn't.
Boy, and then it brings us to the fake punt. Again, on that drive, JJ gets a big run as well. But credit where credit's due. I know that wasn't luck. Y'all watched a lot of film and saw something there. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is no doubt in my mind today at special teams practice in Tyler, they're working on punt return because that guy, we were so wide open. Literally, it was unbelievable.
No, it was perfect. I mean, it was exactly as we drew it up. Coach Fudge, brought that to us on Sunday when we have our meetings. Said this will be our fake punt this week against them because the way they lined up, and it was just it was pretty, and that was the deal. Actually, before we got the delay of game, they had left their defense in because I think it was 4th and 2.
Right.
And so they had left their defense in, and we still had it on. But then when we got the delay of game, they switched their folks out and made it even better. So it was one of those deals. All really we had to do was catch the snap and throw it and catch it. And it was going to be a first down. We knew that from Hutt.
Who threw it? I was so excited.
It was, good gosh. Number 4.
Number 4. Oh,
Coleman. My running back.
Yeah, Coleman. I was so excited. I didn't even look to see who threw the pass. That got us down to the end zone again, and then it was a little back and forth where neither team could get something going. But I got to tell you, they get the ball back, and they're going on one of these long view drives. They get the ball with 10:50 to go in the last quarter. And when they fumble it, they ran 5 minutes off the clock. I was getting a little bit concerned, but boy, that snap over the head calmed all the nerves.
Well timed. We had, I don't think we'd had a turnover up to that point. No. And so it was one of those deals where, you wear on them and hope that it happens eventually. But it was well timed for us.
No doubt about that. So there we go, 4:19 to go, and you're kind of in no man's land for a field goal. We're at the 39-yard line, and it's 4th down and 19. And I think you took a timeout or something. Somebody took a timeout, and Jeff and I were like, well, there's only one decision. I mean, you got to go for it. You have 19 yards of field position. And, man, what a play call. We saw Wallace out there, and I think Jeff even said, boy, Wallace going to get free. Yep. And, man, he ran that route, and what a great pass.
It was, couldn't have been thrown better. Dropped it in a bucket, and he was able to catch it and then turn it up and score with it, which was even nicer. The funny thing is they completely dropped Barr on the other side. So we really, on 4th and 19, had 2 guys that were deeper than anybody on that side and had options. But, no, it was a really well-designed play. It was something we had actually had for that week, and we just hadn't run it yet in that particular in the game, and so it was good timing. Good call. No
doubt about that. And Wallace seems like he may be getting the offense a little more each week because each week he's kind of got an even more bigger piece of the pie, if you will, on the offensive side.
Yeah, I mean, it's a concerted effort to get him the ball because he makes plays. He's talented with it in his hands. And so, we've got, we got stuff in there for him every week. And sometimes you get to it a little faster than others. And but every time, we've given him opportunities, he was making plays. So you're going to keep feeding it.
No question about that. And so how was it? I mean, a couple of weeks in a row now with, wins we didn't really have to work hard for. How were the kids after that one? A rival win in that kind of drama. They had to be gassed up after the game.
They were excited. The deal is you work real hard to win games. And so whether it's 76 to nothing or 28-21, it's fun because that's what you're shooting for. That's what you're working for. And you put a lot of effort into it. And so it's a good payoff for a week of work, and it sets us up to start the second half of the season. And I'm proud of them, and they were excited. The biggest deal for me is the way they responded to not everything going our way. We didn't start the game out the way we wanted. We didn't finish the first half the way we wanted because we drove down the field pretty quickly, looking to try to tie it up, and then make a mistake and give them the ball back and. Go into half trailing. I wanted to see how we respond to those adverse situations and whether we're going to stick together or start kind of fighting a little bit. And our kids didn't blink and they didn't fight. They just went and fought together. So it was good.
That was great. Boy, I tell you, that drive right out of halftime, we know we need to stop. 3 and out, 7
Did you like
yards.
that onside kick?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I'm all right with it. Let's be second guess. It's all good.
I was thinking
it was not good because it didn't work.
I didn't see it coming. Let's go with that.
You didn't see it coming.
Hey, if I would have been John Tyler, you'd have got me.
You'd have got me. Well, my dad said I would have got him too.
Yeah.
No, we just didn't. It was a design middle onside, and we didn't execute it very well. But it's no risk it, no biscuit. So,
I'm with you. I was looking at it, and I said, it looked to me like they even had their hands team up there. I said, well, they must have a good one drawn up now.
No, my DC was probably not as excited.
Well,
he asked me, he said, "Could I get a heads up?" I said, "Heads up." So.
That was a great drive, though, by the defense. The 3 and out, get the ball back. And from that point forward, momentum seemed to be on our side.
Yeah, I felt like that was a big change because, when you try to do something like a surprise onside and it doesn't work and you give them good field position and then your defense comes out and immediately stops them, that is a momentum change. And so we were able to get the stop and then capitalize and go and score and tie it up. So it was big.
Well, when you look back at that game Friday night, broke the film down, what were, even on the offensive side especially, a couple of good things that you're like, oh, man, I like this. I like the way this looked. We did this really well. Over a couple of good things.
I thought, the passing game, we did some really good things. We executed well. I mean, anytime you're throwing for over 70%, you're doing a good job of executing and taking what the defense is giving you. It was 4th and 16, I think, when we threw the little swing pass out to Kenny, and that's probably not exactly how you want that to draw up when you got to get 16 to throw it, down the line. But, depends on who you're throwing it to, too. And he went out and made a really good play to get the first down. And then we came back and run out concept with him that we'd put in this week based on how they were playing the outside linebacker. And we felt like that was a really good matchup for our running backs to attack them and then break it away. And that's what he scored that touchdown on. where he walked into the end zone. And so we ran that several times. There was just some of the things that we had drawn up for them to play this game. It was nice to see them go out and execute it, and it worked out for us.
Yeah, that was some really good stuff, Coach, and a big win, as we get ready for district play and the final tune-up. And, boy, they really brought it. Maybe the first quarter, I don't know, but after that, man, they were really, it was fun to watch.
And the deal is you have to be tested. You have to go play good, tough games, and it was a physical game. And I think their record is, it was 1-2 coming in, it's 1-3 coming out, but they're a better team than 1-3 as far as talent and how they can play. So, I still expect that they're going to be a playoff team in that district, and they're going to play us tough every time. I think you said that in the pregame meeting, that every game that John Tyler and Lufkin plays is a barn burner. So
yeah, we'll get a little measuring stick. I think they play Highland Park this week.
Yeah, but everybody matches up differently.
No doubt about that. Well, got that win. I did lose it a couple times in this first half. I ain't caught throwing people under the bus, but that was pretty shoddy officiating in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, they're human, and they make mistakes.
Well, not even on the penalties, like spotting the ball.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand it.
It's still early in the year. Mechanically speaking, they got some stuff to fix, but they're good guys, and I don't think anything. Nobody goes out with the intention of not doing a really good job. I think their plan was to show up and do a good job, and sometimes we fall short.
Well, I was up there losing my mind, so I didn't get it. Did you lose your mind on anything?
Yes.
You did. So what was okay, out of all the things that happened Friday night, what to you was the worst one?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't real happy when they gave us the first down there at about the 50-yard line. He waved for it to be a first down. They start moving the chains. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't a first down. They put the chains back down, and now it's like, well, it was on the sticks it said 2nd and 3. And I'm like, how did we go from a first down to we're 3 yards short? And then I realized that the sticks had moved up a yard, and I'm like, worst case scenario, it should be third, or it should have been third anyways. It would have been 3rd and 2. And then all of a sudden it's 3rd and 3, and then we're short. I was not real fired up about that. And then I didn't like the holding call on the other side early, when we hit the little double reverse screen to CJ, and he takes it up the sideline. I mean, that's a great response play to them having just gone up 14-0, and now we respond. We get a big play, get some rhythm going, and we get a holding call that was not very good. So I was pretty unhappy with that one.
Well, see, I'm not even talking about that because I couldn't see it. But the things I could see, and that you were talking about, it should have been 3rd and 1. And instead, we don't get the first down, and it's 3rd and 3. I just didn't understand how the math went. But at the end of the first quarter, they should have had 2nd and 2 in the second quarter, and it's 2nd and 6. And their coaches never said a word.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
it was mind-blowing.
That was good for us, but, I mean, like I said, it was a rough night for them, but I'm sure that they'll work to improve on it.
Oh, who cares? We got to win. I didn't mean to ask on the field goal. What happened? When we, I think we got a penalty or something. I mean, I know we got a penalty, but what did we do?
They said we jumped in the middle, and that we landed on the center or landed on their guard. You can't prop and jump. I don't know. I didn't really like that one either.
All right. Well, 3-1, 3 wins in a row now here for our boys. We look to now, we can talk about the big one, and obviously we're going to be going down to Barbers Hill on Friday night. The rest of the district, Coach, another big night. I think everybody won, right?
Yes.
Clean sweep.
Yeah, I mean, the worst record in our district is 2-2. You got 2 4-0 teams and 4 3-1 teams, and it's shaping up to be a very interesting race as we get started here in the district. And I think it's one of those deals where you're going to have to show up every week and play. I mean, they're playing really well, and the thing that's impressive about that is, 5 of the schools have new coaches, new staffs. So you got a lot of kids playing a new style and new defense, new offense, and adjusting to people, and obviously they're doing a good job.
Well, I know Westbrook's way bigger than Silsby. I get it, but I also know how good Silsby normally is. I didn't think Westbrook would beat them that bad, but
they're playing pretty good.
Yeah.
They were young last year, And, you know, their quarterback is very dynamic, and, you know, he's it was funny watching them last year. Their biggest struggle last year was snapping the football. There was no question that there was games where they're just doing everything they want to do, and it was a bad snap, killed the drive, you know, things of that nature. So they're, with them being young and growing up, they're playing the way they should be. They're improved just like they should, and I think Coach does a good job there.
Anything standing out? I mean, I think Port Arthur obviously being the only team left undefeated after that loss, but anything stand out? I mean, is that Beaumont United? Don't know much there, but 3-1, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think the people that we're playing helps determine some of that. You know, I think the deal is every program is in a different place in its development, and so, you know, some teams need wins and some people need challenges, and they all serve a purpose. You know, you want to build confidence in your kids and what the things that you're doing, and so sometimes the biggest deal is to schedule wins, and sometimes you need to schedule to test your mettle, and so, you know, all of them are designed to do that to some degree, but, you know, everybody has different motives there, but they're all beating the teams that they lined up in front of, and that's the biggest, you know, the biggest key at the end is go win.
Well, 11-5A, they start district play this week. LaPorte plays Friendswood. Looks to be the really only game that's going to be of relevance in that one. And then in 12-5A, Consolidated did beat College Station. College Station's still looking for a win. They probably are going to get it this week.
Yeah, I would assume. I don't know who they're playing.
Layman,
as long as, yes, they're going to win. You know, that district is really, really good at the top, and it's not as good at the bottom. And so, you know, College Station is going to be fine. They've played some pretty good teams, and even the A&M Consolidated game wasn't a big difference in the score. I mean, it was close. They're going to be just fine. It's just sometimes it takes a little longer than what you want as a coach to get where you want to be, but I bet they get there.
Well, and Consolidated plays Anderson this week. Two teams undefeated at District 12-5A, so that'll be.
That one's interesting to me.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Because Anderson's been putting up a ton of points. And, you know, like I said last week, I mean, they lost what we thought were their two best offensive players. So to see them putting up the points that they're putting up and to be sitting where they're at, credit to them and their coaches. But I was surprised by that.
That'll be one to keep an eye on, but I think a lot of people are going to be watching our game, not only in Lufkin, but all over the state, coming up on Friday night. Officially from Dave Campbell's, it's going to be Lufkin at number 10 and Barbers Hill at number 17. So we got a top 20 matchup coming up on Friday. We'll take a quick break. We're in the middle of our Carl Abseck Coaches Show live here from South First Street Bar and Grill. Come see us. Monday Night Football is underway. We'll break down one of the biggest games in the state next, right here with our head coach, Carl Abseck, on Lufkin Game Time.
You deserve to enjoy what fulfills you. And if joint pain is getting in the way, you deserve orthopedic care designed to help keep your life moving. For that, you can count on St. Luke's Health, right here in East Texas. Our experts treat a full range of bone, joint, and muscle conditions and use minimally invasive incision and muscle-sparing techniques to help you recover more quickly so you can enjoy what moves you. Learn more at stlukeshealth.org/ortho.
Hey boss, do we sell to animals?
Stephanie, I'm busy watching the Lufkin Panthers. What do you mean, do we sell to animals?
You may want to come check this out.
Oh, it's Fang. Fang gets whatever he wants. Congratulations, Fang. Hi folks, JJ Webb here from JM Chevrolet, and you can get the Chevy you've always wanted right now at JM Chevrolet. Find your next vehicle at jmchevy.net.
This season, you can share a Coke with your team on it. So I'm going to tell you how with a little help from this quarterback.
Sally, 44!
You can share a Coke when your team's up.
Red Poncho!
You can share a Coke when your team's down.
Happy Jolly!
You can share a Coke with a coach, a mascot, or an MVP.
Chili, chili, chili!
You can even share a Coke with your rival on game day.
Turbo!
Or you can share a Coke when you're giving out your famous guacamole recipe in a completely packed stadium.
Cilantro, chopped onion, squeeze a lime, Roma tomato, hike!
Share a Coke with a fan this season.
Ice cold, delicious!
Share a Coke is back for the fall football season. We all know what comes with being a fan. The ups, the downs, and everything in between. Whether you've just won a big game and want to celebrate with fellow fans, or want to share a Coke with your best friend whose team just lost against their arch rival, Coca-Cola has something for you. Share a Coke with a teammate, rival, or best friend this season.
It's easy to spot a Texan. The sense of adventure, the unbreakable bond with friends and family. There's no other place in the world like it. At Cook Tire and Service, we know you have places to go and don't have time for car trouble or the patience for second-rate service. Cook Tire and Service offers a full array of services to make sure you get where you're going. With locations in Lufkin, Nacogdoches, and Livingston, there's always a Cook Tire right around the corner. So you choose your destination, we'll handle the journey.
Need to save money on insurance? Give Joe Hancock and his team a call. Since 1965, the Hancock family has been dedicated to serving Texas with personal and commercial insurance. With 60 years of experience in Lufkin, our friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help protect you and your family's most valuable assets. We've got the expertise to assist you. Call today for your free no-obligation quote, 936-634-4451. Joe Hancock Agency, your trusted partner in insurance, proud sponsor of Lufkin Athletics. We back the pack.
Looking to earn extra cash? Got an old grill or bike taking up space? Bring it to CMC Recycling right here in Lufkin to turn your scrap metal into cash. CMC will recycle your metal, transforming it into new steel that will be later used in exciting new structures and products. CMC accepts a variety of metals, and the team is ready to assist you and ensure your experience is seamless. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Learn more at cmcrecycling.com.
Back as we're live here at South First Street Bar and Grill. The Detroit Tigers have already scored a touchdown. Tigers, Lions, whichever. We're visiting with our head coach and athletic director, Carl Abseck. And, Coach, you hadn't let me talk about this game much throughout the season, but now it's officially here, and we can break down I feel like, one of the biggest games in the state of Texas Friday night.
Well, it's definitely the biggest one for us, because it's the one we're playing in.
What about, you're going to have some emotions going back, Coach. You were there, as we all know, first year here, coming from there. What's going to be some of the emotions you set when you see that field again for the first time since you left?
I mean, I just wanted our kids to go in and play well and come out with a win. That's about the only emotion I'm going to have. It was a, 4-year experience, and the kids were good kids. We had good fans, some really good people there, but I'm a Lufkin Panther. So.
Well, you're not going to come up and give me anything juicy that I can spread all over social media or nothing? You're just going to leave me with that?
It really is. I mean, it's those deals where I didn't, I'm here.
Well, I know. I wanted some bulletin board material.
I mean, people make up lies all the time. Just make up something.
No, I'm not in that business. Well, not only all of that's involved, what's off the field. On the field, it's a huge game as far as District 9-5A goes. Both teams are projected to battle for the district title, and it's the first game. As you were telling me, it's going to be a packed house Friday night. Controlling the emotions at the beginning, that's probably going to be a big deal, right?
Yes, as the players go out and they play the game, they're the ones that have to control their emotions. It will be a packed house. The one thing about the Barbers Hill fans is they support their teams, and especially at home. I mean, they're going to be there. It'll be the home side is going to be packed full of blue and white, and the band's going to be down in the end zone, and it fills up the entire end zone down there. It's a neat environment. They've done a good job of supporting their kids for a long time, and that's part of why they've had success. Over the history is the fact that the community really backs what they're doing, just like our guys do. So it'll be a fun environment. Hopefully, like I said when we were on break, I hope the pack will travel too, because I know that one side's going to be full. We need to do our best to fill up our side too.
I got a feeling the Panther fans are going to be out in full force come Friday night. Take us through their offense a little bit, Coach. They got a new quarterback, Brady Barrier. Now, he leads the district in every one of these categories: attempts, completions, yards, touchdowns, and interceptions. Yeah. He does have a little colorblind issue sometimes. He got 7 picks through 4 ball games.
I think, kids take chances sometimes, and it depends on where you're at in the game, whether that's a big deal or not. Sometimes as coaches, you challenge kids to take those shots to see what you can do and can't do and go from there. But he's got a lot of arm talent. He's throwing to some really good receivers. Obviously, we know him pretty well, and they've done a good job of protecting him. So, I mean, he's leading those categories for a reason. But he's getting guys the ball in space that need to have the ball in their hands, and he's got a lot of guys making plays for him. So it's a definite challenge offensively for our defense, because they're gonna spread us out and attack us in a lot of different ways. They've thrown 5 or 6, 7 different trick plays and screens, and a lot of diversity in what they're doing. It's a little bit running back by committee, but both those guys played for us last year, and so I'm pretty familiar with them.
Well, talk about Seven. I see he's got 6 rushing touchdowns, but he would much rather throw than run, but he will tuck it down and run a little bit.
He will, and they run some design run stuff for him. He's a big, strong kid, so they don't mind pouring him up in there a little bit, get you spread out, and try to hit creases with him on little quarterback runs. But, I mean, I think he wants to throw it just like most quarterbacks do, but he will run it. He's a willing runner, and he's pretty good at it. So it's definitely a challenge for us going against him and matching up defensively.
Well, obviously, if he's got the most passing yards in the district, they're going to have receivers at the top of the list, and they do. Trip Davis and Bonnet, both of those guys are in the top 5, combining for about 600 total passing or receiving yards. Yeah, they're good, but I think the question all Lufkin fans are going to want to know is Morton, the district MVP, I believe, last year. If he wasn't, he should have been. He hasn't played much. Is he going to be out? What are you thinking? Is he going to be back to this Friday? I'm betting he is.
My assumption is he will be. I'm sure that they did what they needed to take care of him, to get him right for what mattered. And honestly, last week they didn't need him. But he came back and got some snaps. But I think he'll be back and be looking closer and closer to who he is, because he is a very dynamic player. Just like Trip. Trip is, he's basically a 4-year varsity guy. He just had some injury issues the last 2 years, but, I mean, he's a fantastic player. Anthony Bonnet is, continued to grow and mature and develop, and he's a big old physical receiver on the outside. I mean, he's 6'2" and probably about 200 pounds. So, they all have different little skill sets, but they all add a lot of dimension to their offense, and they've got some other guys that have played a part in it as well.
Well, they're averaging, a little over 400 yards per game. That's obviously number 1 as well, right up there with Port Arthur Memorial. But I do have 9 turnovers through the 4 ball games, so I think that's something we'll keep an eye out on. But normally you tell me we got to stop the run, and that's the number 1 thing, make them play right-handed or left-handed. Is that the same thing here?
Always. I think the deal is if you can stop the run, make them one-dimensional, then you can tee up and do different things that you want to do to defend the passing game, but at the same time, it'll be interesting to see how they come out to attack us as well, because I think we're pretty strong inside, with our front, and how they feel like they match up with it will help determine what they want to do. But I always want to try to make somebody one-dimensional, and then we can draw schemes to help defeat the other side.
Well, defensively, they've given up a few yards throughout the game this season. I think they're giving up around 290, almost 300 yards a game, and a lot of that is coming off the run. So they have given up some big run plays so far this year.
They have, and at the same time, they're adjusting to a new scheme as well, and so sometimes you get some misfits in there, and they've dropped some receivers, but quite honestly, you could pretty much see that on anybody that you play, where people make some mistakes, and depending on who you play, it costs you. If we make mistakes against Tyler, he's going to take it to the house. And so same thing happened. They gave up some of their bigger plays against Manville when they were coming back, but they got out early on that game and made them fight back. So it'll be a good matchup. I'm excited. They've got some really good players. Their defensive front is really good. Their nose is Jackson's a 3-year starter. He's just a junior, but he's already a 3-year starter. The right end is a 3rd-year varsity guy, and then number 31, their linebacker's a 3-year varsity guy, and Han was a first-team All-District linebacker last year as a junior. So, I mean, those 3 guys up front are their leaders and the most experienced guys, and they're really top-end kind of guys. So we've got our work cut out for us up front with those guys.
Well, speaking of what are we going to try to do, Coach? I mean, as a plan here, what's our best way to attack? You don't want to throw that out there?
I mean, we're going to do what we do. and try to establish the run, and then use that to open up the passing game and go from there. But I mean, honestly, for us, we want to continue to develop and grow in our attack. And so, if we can stay proficient in running the football, then it really opens up the rest of it. And I think it always starts with us trying to run it because we're built for it. You know, our offensive line's pretty good at it. I think Kenny's, if he's not the best running back in the district, he's one of the top two. And so, you know, obviously we want to get him the ball and let him do his thing. And we've got, you know, other guys there with Kylan and Robert and Joker that can contribute to that area too. So, you know, we're going to do what we've done, and then we're going to have some things for them too.
Boy, Waters was down over there. I thought he broke his leg. I was up there about to lose it, and thank God it was just a cramp.
I think he's been going to some theater class or something because he put on a show for
everybody. Y'all had to carry him off the
made
field.
Him carry him off, and then he goes over there and gets a sip of water, and you know we get the ball back, and I'm like fixing to put in Joker, and he's like, and I'm like, okay, Kenny, we're good. So
I'm telling you, man, I thought we were going to have to wheel the ambulance out there to take him to the sideline, and it was cramped.
Everybody got a good break because, I mean, it took a while to get him off the field.
That is for sure. Well, you look at it, Coach, and you've got, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 7 receivers now that have got at least 7 catches or 80 yards. That's got to be good that JJ can drop back and he doesn't have to focus in on CJ or he doesn't have to focus in on Wallace. Man, whoever's open, I can throw it to him because I feel comfortable they'll catch it.
And that's the idea. I mean, the deal is it makes it a lot easier when you're scheming somebody to say, okay, well, this guy's got 30 catches and the next closest guy has 4. Well, let's eliminate the guy that has 30, you know. And for us, you know, I don't know that you're going to look at any one of our guys and say, take him away or take him away, you know, at least in the passing game. But I think they're all capable and they've all shown the ability to make big plays. And so I think that helps us in the long run because it helps him develop the confidence in them that they'll go make plays when he gives them opportunities. And so, you know, that's a positive for us and obviously keeps guys involved and that's always good too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch. Spread it all over. You really don't know we got 5 receivers over there, and you know us in the stands. No idea who he's going to throw it to. Does he know before he drops back, or
usually because he has keys that he reads to determine where he's working, and then you go from there. You know, pretty much every play you draw up has an answer for man or answer for zone, and then answer for pressure. You know, when we threw the little swing to Kenny, I mean that really wasn't where we wanted it to go. Because we needed 16 yards and throwing a swing passes. If I hadn't got it, you would have been like, what are we doing? What are the coaches thinking?
I don't say that.
You might have, but
I think I
probably would have done that too. But at the same time, by rule, by what happened, what they did, that was his answer to their blitz. But if they didn't blitz, now we hit the crosser coming across at about 14, and it looks a lot prettier.
I was just surprised by the onside kick. That was it.
I'm not judging. I'm just acting like a casual fan because that's what happens.
I mean,
but the defense dictated where that ball went.
Well, it was a great once he caught it, got the first down.
It was a
awesome.
great call then.
It was a great call anyway, Coach. I mean, I think we gave you pats on the back all night for that one.
Oh, I know. I was just teasing.
Onside kick. I'm gonna make up for that this week. What did I say?
I don't know. I didn't say you said anything.
Oh, well, you said something like you.
No, I was just acting like somebody.
Well, I probably said something. I just don't think it just comes out. Like, I don't even know. I don't know what I said.
That's what makes it fun.
Well, we're having fun. I can tell you that. We are having some fun. I'm hoping we're going to have some more fun on Friday, man. I'm looking so much forward to this. Are you any nervousness at all? I mean, really?
No. I mean, it's another game for us.
It's just a game.
It's just a game. I mean, it's a district game, so it's more important because it's a district game. It's most important because it's our game. And honestly, we've got goals set, and this is the first step in reaching our goals. I mean, we want to be the district champs back to back. And, you know, I think you want to guarantee the ability to do that, you got to win them all. And it starts, you can't win them all if you don't win the first one, you know. And so those are all the things that are most important. You know, where I came from is really irrelevant. You know, I enjoyed my time, and I'm enjoying where I'm at right now.
All right, I guess I'll let you go with that. But as the kids say, I think that's cap.
I mean, it's facts.
I'm just kidding, Coach. What'll be a couple of keys when we get down there, man? I know the turnovers and that kind of stuff, but if we got to do, if you say, okay, we got to do two things Friday night to get this win, here on a Monday, what would you think those two things would be?
I think we got to take away their easy access passes to their quick guys, get them stopped early. We have to control up front so that we can empty linebackers out of the box a little bit from a defensive standpoint, because, I mean, they're going to try to get the ball on the edges. I think, if our front four and our Mike can kind of control the middle, it'll make it a lot easier on the outsides, because they do have really good speed with those guys, with Kagan and Tripp, and so they run a lot of jets and stuff. So we've got to be able to control the inside with those five in the middle, and then that way we can get out and kind of pressure the edges, but and then take away the big play. They've had a lot of big plays, and so if we can take that away, make them keep snapping, I think that works to our advantage.
Well, I remember last year, y'all got two big plays immediately, and I think it was
Kagan that dropped the one that would have
21
again.
No, y'all were up.
Or we'd have been up 21-14.
21-7, I think. Y'all were.
And that's the thing. I mean, we didn't make the play, and then we ended up having to punt. We punted from our end zone, and the Pack got the ball on about the 30 or whatever, and went and scored again. So they went up 2 scores at half when, honestly, it should have been us up or at least tied, worst case scenario. And that's how fast things can change, But we got to take away the big plays, and then offensively, we got to just go execute, because I think we have some good matchups that favor us, and I think we have to go execute it, not shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties and pre-snap penalties, and put us out of the down and distance that we want to be in, so that we get to dictate what we do instead of them dictating. If we can do that, then I think the rest of it will kind of take care of itself. The special teams is always an opportunity to make plays. They have a really good kicker that, can eliminate some things because he can kick it in the end zone. So you're going to be going 75 every time if he wants to. So it'll make us have to go execute and work.
Well, it's safe to say our special team has made a important play in every game we played so far this year. They have done some phenomenal jobs, including that fake punt on Friday night.
Yep. No, I mean, that's the goal. I mean, you spend time working it. Everybody says it's the coach's world, it's a third of the game, but we don't always give it that attention. But we do really work hard at it, and we've got guys over there that have taken pride in it and have made some plays. And so we've got some stuff we still got to clean up there. But if we can make a big play there, that goes a long way to helping us be successful.
Well, man, it's only Monday, and we're still coming down off that high from Friday. But I'm telling you right now, me and I know a bunch of people here tonight, we're ready for Friday.
I'm excited. It's always fun, when you get to Friday, when you've had a good week of work. And we started off well today with our first practice for the week, so I'm excited about that. And I'm excited to go back and see some people that live down there, because there's some good folks that live there. And we've already got food coming post game from one of my favorite food trailers, so I'm excited about that. And as long as we're driving back on the happy bus, it'll be a good day.
All right. Well, Coach, congratulations on these 3 wins in a row. Get the Panthers up into the top 10, rated 3-1 on the year. And man, best of luck on Friday night. Let's hope we're all cheers and giggles when we're driving back late Friday night.
That's the goal.
Thank you, Coach.
I appreciate it.
That is our head coach and athletic director, Carl Abseck. And that concludes our Carl Abseck Weekly Coaches Show here live at First Street Bar and Grill. Come on up and see us. We'll be here till 8 o'clock. Well, we'll probably be here a little later than that. But either way, come on up and see us. We'll take a quick break. Come back and wrap it up next right here live. First Street Bar and Grill.
When it comes to repairing your vehicle, you always have a choice. At S&W Expert Collision Repair, we set the standard for excellence with state-of-the-art equipment, leading-edge technology, and over 40 years of industry know-how.
They got us a new car. They got us a new car. They got us a new car.
No, this is your car. We just fixed it correctly.
Thank you so much for our new car.
No, this is your car.
S&W Expert Collision Repair. You just might think you got a new car.
Commercial Bank of Texas has been your community bank since 1901, and our dedication to the people we serve is as important today as it was then. Today, CBTX brings you the latest technology, backed by personal customer service and #sealed with a smile. At Commercial Bank of Texas, banking is our business, but helping people succeed is our passion. It's time you experience banking Texas style. Stop by or give us a call today. You'll be glad you did.
East Texans know when it comes to trucks and SUVs, there's only one name, Wright GMC in Lufkin. The hometown dealer with small town values and big time savings. Save more, get more, with limited time deals and the best trade-in values in East Texas. Wright GMC in Lufkin. We do business the right way at wrightdeal.com.
East Texas Slab Masters is one of East Texas' most trusted foundation specialists. With over 25 years experience, they can assess and address any of your foundation needs, residential or commercial. Top 4 warning signs: doors not shutting properly, cracks in sheetrock, cracks in concrete slab floors, cracks in brick. We also offer polymers, a heavy-duty polyurethane foam for slab lifting and soil stabilization. Protect your investment. East Texas Slab Masters, setting your house on a strong foundation. Schedule your free estimate today.
You're listening to Lufkin Panther Sports, brought to you by Morgan Insurance Agency, your hometown team for all things insurance. Whether it's personal coverage for your home, auto, or life or commercial protection for your business, they've got you covered. Morgan Insurance Agency proudly partners with Liberty Mutual, a big game player in both personal and commercial insurance, to bring you policy options that fit your needs and your budget. When it comes to protecting what matters most, don't wait until the final whistle. Call Morgan Insurance Agency today and let them put together a winning game plan for you. 936-634-7755. Or visit them online at morganins.com. That's morganins.com.
For the first day of school. For the last day of work. For the satisfaction of a job well done. For the ideas that change the world. For good times. For not so good times. For her future and hers and his. For serving our customers and connecting communities. We're here with you for good. Austin Bank, with you for good.
Hey, Panther fans, Big Nasty here. Need a short-term loan to cover some unexpected bills or maybe a little extra cash? Give Texan Credit a call today. Loan process that is easy from start to finish, and you will get your money fast. Texan Credit has been helping Texas residents for over 10 years by offering multiple loan options with easy low payment. Located in Lufkin at 509 South Timberland Drive, or look Texan Credit up online, TexanCredit.com. Trust me, if they'll loan me money, they will loan you money. Texan Credit, they say yes.
When someone in your family needs emergency care, you want it fast. And now, with Woodland Heights Medical Center's newly expanded ER, it's even easier to get quick, convenient access to 24-hour emergency care. For treatment of broken bones, to care for life-threatening conditions, our dedicated team is ready. Visit ercarelufkin.com for more info.
Welcome back to South First Street Bar and Grill. Gary Ivins Jr. with you as we always bring up our final segment with El Jefe from the Lufkin Sideliners. El Presidente, Jalen.
Yeah, how you doing?
Another good effort down there with the tunnel y'all had Friday night. Looked pretty good.
Yeah, everything went great Friday. Tailgate went great. We got in the stadium earlier, got the tunnel up, set up, ready to roll, and we had everything broke down before kickoff, and I think we had that tunnel wrapped up and packed up, put up before the fourth quarter started, so it was a win-win for us.
Well, that's good to know, and the boys came up and got a late dramatic win, so that sent everybody good home with a happy heart Friday night.
Man, anytime you get a win like that, especially against a good Tyler High program, you know, it's big, and, you know, getting that win at home, you know, we got that big win last week, and then, you know, really wasn't the game we were looking for, then you get a big win against Tyler High like that at home in front of the crowd, you know, it's just a big momentum booster going into district play for sure.
Well, speaking of district play, Friday night we're headed down to Barbers Hill, and Coach Abseck just said it's just another game, but I'm going to tell you right now, not to me.
No, not to me either. I like how you said it Friday night before y'all wrapped it up, and Jeff was down there talking to him. The Hill. I think this game is it's more than just a game, you know, it's the start of district play, and, you know, there's a lot of skin in the game on both sides right there, so it's going to be definitely a big one, and I think the kids are they're going to understand what this game means to him, no matter what he says, I think they're ready to go play ball, and he's fired up to go play some ball too.
Oh, there's no doubt. Now, I'm not on many message boards, but you're telling me there's been a little smack talking going down on some different message boards around the state?
Yeah, so I keep up with the message board. That's where I do my best work at. And
Keyboard bandit.
Yeah, I don't type a lot on there, but I do a lot of reading. And I'm going to have a lot of bookmarks Friday night if, everything goes our way. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I just checked a few of them before I came up here because that's what I do, I enjoy that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to Friday night. And I know they are looking forward to it. They got a different approach about it than we do. And I think our approach is the same each week. We do what we do best, and that's go out there and play football and let it talk on the field.
You keeping a few of those receipts just in case we need them for Friday night?
Oh, we're going to keep them for sure. We're going to make sure, we're going to do our best work when the clock hits zero. And, if you know me and you know you for sure, we do our best talking and eating.
Well, now, I do like to talk a lot of smack, but I normally wait till the game's over. I'm not one to, I was trying to get something juicy there from Coach, but I'm really not one to talk smack before the game. Don't wake the bear up. Now, once you beat them, that's what I'm trying to teach my son. Then you lay into them.
I like to do both.
Yeah, I do too, especially since we're not playing.
Yeah, I like to do both. And sometimes I find myself in a hole that you can't crawl out of, and sometimes I find myself on the other end of the gun laughing, so you never know.
Well, it's a big week to be a Panther. Tomorrow night we got volleyball right here on Lufkin Game Time. You and I and Trey will be doing our weekly podcast on Wednesday, which you can rewatch Friday before the Barbers Hill game starting at about 4:30 on Friday. We'll be talking all things Lufkin Panthers and probably a little bit about this game as well Wednesday night.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot of talk about this game Wednesday night. I think my whole week, first thing I did this morning, I walked in the office is check the message boards and I had to get up to date on that. That's actually what I did when I first woke up pretty much. But, this game is, it's ticking. And, we're ready to get down there Friday. And I think, what time are you leaving Friday?
I might just ride with y'all.
Come on with it, Pods. We'll all load up and hit the road. I think we're going to leave at 2:30 so that you're in charge of getting a little spoon, dressed and ready to roll by 2:15.
It takes a village.
It takes a village because I know what he's going to say. But when he texts him ahead of time, hey, we're headed to pick you up. And, what he's going to say is he got to take care of some business ahead of time. So we're going to be definitely ready to hit the road and get down there early and get a bite to eat and get to the stadium and get everything set up, ready to go. And hopefully they welcome us like we welcome them.
No doubt. It sounds like Mr. Hancock's not going to get his work value out of you this week.
He's going to get his work. I'm going to work hard Monday through Thursday, and then I'll work hard Friday morning. But, when that clock hits 2, I'm going to be shaking hands and grinning because I'm going to be hitting that highway, and it's going to be one of those good rides, though. We're going to ride down there in good spirits, and hopefully we get to ride home in good spirits because we don't enjoy riding home in peace and quiet.
No, that ride home from Longview wasn't any good, and I don't think we're going to have it on Friday either. I think we're going to be jacked up.
I think we're going to be jacked up, and, we'll be playing some good tunes and everything headed home and get ready for college football to kick off Saturday.
No doubt about that. All right, anything good going on with the Sideliners this week?
Yeah, so, this week is pretty simple. We had our meeting tonight, and we're going to meet tomorrow and get everything loaded up and ready to hit the road early. We got to prepare early to get on the road this week. So we're fired up, ready to go. We were just sitting there talking with Coach and Coach Caples, and, we're going to bring some boom this week. So the Sideliners will be giving out, free sound makers this week. We got to get the crowd going, and, we're going to do our best to make sure we can get the crowd engaged in the game and ready for Friday night.
Is Mr. Odom mentoring you very well? Or?
So Mr. Odom, Mike Capps, and Oscar Kennedy, all those guys are doing a great job mentoring us and, making sure we take over it the way that they left it. And, we're doing our best to keep everything going, and I hope they're proud of the way we're doing it. We're trying our best to, get this thing going and keeping it going the right way. That's the biggest thing, making sure these kids get the experience of a lifetime.
No doubt about it, buddy. We'll rest up this week because Friday night we're going to need all hands on deck.
Yeah, you're going to need them all. It's like All-State. We got to be in good hands Friday night, baby.
No doubt about it. Well, that'll do it here from South First Street Bar and Grill. Special thanks to our head coach and athletic director, Carl Abseck. He's here with us every Monday at 7 o'clock, and hopefully we're really celebrating next Monday on this opening District 9-5A dub, which we head down to Barbers Hill on Friday. We will have volleyball for you tomorrow. Is that at 6? 6 o'clock tomorrow, and then, of course, we'll be live all day pretty much down in Barbers Hill on Friday. Thank you all for tuning in. For all the folks at Jam Digital Media, I'm Gary Ivins Jr. for Lufkin Game Time.